We're talking to Dundas Minerals Managing Director Shane Volk. Dundas Minerals is a minerals explorer operating in Australia, focusing on nickel and copper. Shane, can you tell the audience about Dundas Minerals?
Yeah, morning, John. Good to see you again. Yeah, look, Dundas Minerals, we have a 1,200 square kilometre exploration tenement package in the Albany-Fraser origin here in Western Australia. Our tenements are to the northeast of the port city of Esperance here, so sort of northeast of Esperance and directly east of the town of Norseman here in Western Australia. And we're exploring, as you said, for nickel, copper, cobalt in that region.
How does Dundas stand out from its competitors?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. Firstly, simply the size of our tenement package. Secondly is location. And with mineral exploration, generally it's all about location, location, location. Many people will have heard of the Nova, fabulous Nova nickel mine, which is located sort of to the due east of Norseman. And we're just to the south of that. A highly prospective area. We're in an area that hasn't been explored for nickel, copper, cobalt in recent years, and we're very excited to be starting our first drilling program at our Central and then Matilda South targets.
With nickel and copper being Dundas's main focus, where do you see the copper market heading in the current environment?
Well, I think everybody's aware now of the battery materials thematic, the decarbonisation of the global economy. And this is what will drive the demand, not just for copper, but nickel and also rare earths, whether it be wind turbines, whether it be lithium-ion batteries, whether it be the batteries that you're going to use in your EVs. So the fundamentals are there. We need more of these materials. And of course, the grades and the size of these great copper mines are falling away. So we need to replenish the supply.
Same thing for nickel?
Absolutely. Fundamentally exactly the same. The demand's only going one way, and it's a matter really now, it's a race to see if supply can keep up with the growing demand. And that's the challenge for mineral explorers, it's a challenge for the industry. And in fact, that's why we're getting funded here in Australia. Many junior companies are able to access funding now because we're talking 5 to 10 years what the demand will look like there. And the demand is fundamentally overwhelming.
Do you think supply will be able to keep up with demand?
That's the million-dollar question. It's a race. The supply side is a race. I think the demand side is locked in. Now it's the supply catching up with the demand. So, as always, there'll be peaks and troughs in the price. One shouldn't predict prices. I think that's a mug's game. But I think if you look at the fundamentals, you'll see that it's overwhelmingly, you would expect the price to be increasing over time.
So we've talked about copper and nickel being used in EVs, wind turbines. There are other applications like grid-scale battery storage. Do you think either of the two metals will become the next lithium?
Hard to say whether they'll become the next lithium. They're established minerals, established commodities. But I think more important is the pricing, the demand is robust, it's locked in. I doubt whether you'll get the huge spike that you will have recently seen in the lithium price, but I think fundamentally any investment in copper, nickel is well served. Yep.
What's on the cards for Dundas Minerals moving forward?
Well, at the moment it's about our drilling program, which we've just commenced at Central. Initially a modest sort of 2,000 metre diamond program. We're very optimistic. We have some exciting geophysical targets that we'll be testing there at Central. And Central's only 140 odd kilometres south of the fabulously rich Nova mine, so we're in the same sort of territory. Then after Central, we should move down to Matilda South, which is another exciting target. Again, undercover geophysics target. So I think for shareholders, we have a rich news flow for the next 3 to 6 months as we test these targets.
Where do you see Dundas Minerals in 1 year's time?
Well, in 1 year's time, I would very much hope to be the custodian of a great mineral deposit in the area of our tenements in the Dundas mineral field, and I'd be hoping that we would be drilling out an exciting one deposit, perhaps at Central, and if we got extremely lucky, a couple of deposits, one at Central and one at Matilda South. So that's our vision at Dundas Minerals. It's up to the Mother Nature now and our drilling program to see what we have on these very exciting targets.
All right, for our last question, I'm going to ask you to read the tea leaves once again. Shane, where do you see Dundas Minerals in 5 years' time?
Well, if we're not drilling out a reserve and doing a feasibility study for the development of a mine at one of these two areas, then perhaps somebody has found us so enticing that they've made an offer to our shareholders to acquire the company, which is exactly what happened just to our north at Nova, which was acquired by Independence Group. So that would be our ultimate vision.
Dundas Minerals Managing Director Shane Volk, thanks for your time.
Thank you, John.